everyone. My name is Brittany. I'm from the Clinton-Macomb Public Library.
And I'm Mei-Ling.
And we are the School Outreach Librarians, and we are here to finally release our 10 titles for the 5th grade Battle of the Books. If you don't know what the 5th grade Battle of the Books is, it is a trivia competition. It's going to take place on March 7th at 2 p.m. 2 days later, we're going to do the award ceremony March 9th at 6 p.m. for the winners. All of this is going to take place virtually. If you want to participate, you are going to either by yourself read these pre-selected 10 books, or you're going to get a team of up to 5, and you guys will read through the next few months up until March. And then you'll join us on March 7th at 2 p.m. for a trivia competition where you can win prizes for first, second, and third place. We also have a prize for best name, and for fun, if your team wants to dress up in team spirit, you can do that as well. But what we're here today to talk about are the books. So if you want more information on how to participate and how to register, please visit cmpl.org/Bob. It does require you to register. If you register by December 1st, we are going to send you a bonus question that's going to be included in the battle. So get registered by December 1st, but you have all the way up till, I believe it's February 10th to register, somewhere around there. So cmpl.org/Bob. Get more information there. But without further ado, let's start talking about our 10 titles for this year's Battle of the Books for 5th graders. So if you did see any of our presentations leading up to this, we have announced 3 books already, and we're going to start with those 3 books. So let's start with New Kid by Jerry Craft. This is our graphic novel selection, and it's actually the 2020 Newbery winner. And if you like graphic novels, this is a really awesome one. It's super funny. It's about 7th grader Jordan Banks, who is starting at a new private school. And in this school, there's a lot of rich kids who he goes to school with, and he is a bit poorer. This is a prestigious private school. But really what Jordan wants more than anything else is to go to art school. And so his mom wants him to try out this private school for a couple of years, but if he doesn't like it, he does get to transfer to art school. So excellent book. The sequel just came out, but this one is super funny. The pictures are awesome. It's just a great, great, great book. Mei-Ling?
All right, so title number 2 that was already announced is A Wrinkle in Time. And this book is more of a classic book, and it was made into a movie. And I will say, you're welcome to watch the movie, but as you may know, a lot of times there are differences between books and movies, and that's all I'm going to say. But this book is about another middle schooler. Her name's Meg Murray, and she is missing her father. He's a scientist, and he's gone missing. Everyone thinks that he just skipped town, but she knows that it is not true. And so on one dark and stormy night, her adventure begins, and she travels across time and space. And it's just a really great book.
And like Mei-Ling said, if you watch just the movie, we've also seen the movie and we've read the book, so we know the parts that are different. Our next book, which again, we've already announced this one, is Sal and Gabby Break the Universe. I think this was actually my top book from last year that came out, so this is a really good one. I think it's super funny. It's by Carlos Hernandez, who is just excellent. And again, the sequel just came out, so if you like it, there's another book, and hopefully many more to come. But this is one of the Rick Riordan Presents books. So it deals with mythology, so if you liked the Percy Jackson books, you're probably going to like this book. But this particular book is about a kid named Sal Vidon, and Sal Vidon is a magician by trade, but he also has a really special talent. He can pull things from one universe into his own universe, which is a cool talent, but leads him into a lot of trouble. And on his first day at a brand new school, his third day at a brand new school, he finds himself up against a bully, and he uses his special little trick to put a chicken in the bully's locker, and not just any chicken, a dead chicken in the bully's locker. Don't worry, he makes it disappear as well. However, this little trick lands him in the principal's office again for the 3rd time in 3 days. He's getting to know this principal way too well. So this book is a lot about Sal, about his friend Gabby, who you'll meet pretty quickly in this book, and about their experience with accidentally breaking the universe.
Yeah.
All right.
And it starts out one way, and then it takes you down sort of a twisty plot. So,
And
just when you
actually,
think you know what's going on, you might not be surprised.
and I actually listened to this book on audio. I didn't physically read it, so it's an excellent audiobook. So if you kind of want to listen instead of read, this is a great one to do it with. All right, you ready to release our first new title?
Yes, I am going to announce that it is a Newbery honor. It's called Other Words for Home. And this is a book about a girl named Jude, and she has to travel from her homeland, excuse me, and move to Cincinnati, Ohio, because there's a lot of unrest from her homeland. And so she, as you may tell from the cover, she comes from a different culture, and she has to, figure out about living in America and a new culture and finding her way there. So this is just, it's not as funny as perhaps a previous book, but it's a really good book. It's very touching, and we really enjoyed it.
All right. Our next book is by Jason Reynolds. It's called Look Both Ways. This is a bit shorter. It's less than 200 pages. This is an interesting format, though. It is a compilation of short stories, but they're all interconnected, but they each have different characters. I love this book, and I think you'll enjoy it just as much as I did. So This is Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds, and it says A Tale Told in 10 Blocks.
And what I liked about it is that the chapters do alternate point of views and characters. So if you sometimes think, oh, this book is boring, I think you'll like this one because it switches up the main characters. All right, our next book is one of my favorites. It is the first book in a series also, and it is called The Sisters Grimm by Michael Buckley. And it is about orphan sisters Sabrina and Daphne, and they're sent to live with their grandmother, Relda Grimm, and they never even knew they had a grandmother. So it starts out, pretty interesting. They're asking their social worker, are you sure this is really our grandmother? And she says, yes. And it's also sort of a last resort because they've had some disastrous foster experiences. They move to this strange town called Ferryport Landing, and they soon learn that they are descendants of the brothers Grimm. So this one has a bit of magic in there as well. And like I said, it's the first book in a series. I've read every single book in this series, and I hope that you enjoy it too.
All right. Our next book on this list is last year's Caldecott winner, and it also got a Newbery honor, and it also, I believe, got, I thought it had a Coretta Scott King Award as well, but maybe not. So this is called The Undefeated. It's by Kwame Alexander, and like I said, it is a picture book, so it's pretty short. I'm not going to show you a lot of pictures, but I'll show you a couple. And it says it's a love letter to America. So it's just got beautiful illustrations. And if you've read anything by Kwame Alexander, you'll probably enjoy this book as well. Pretty short and an excellent book. So that's The Undefeated by Kwame Alexander.
All right, our next selection is a Newbery winner. You might notice a theme that we like to pick really great books. This one is called A Single Shard by Linda Sue Park. And it is about a boy named Tree Ear. And that's not his real name. That's what people call him because there is a deformity of his ear. And all he wants to do is become a master potter. And you'll learn a little bit more about the history of that. And so you can't just become a master potter. And because he's an orphan and he's kind of an outcast where he lives, he has a really hard time doing that. But it is just a really well-written, fascinating historical fiction book.
All right. And then my last book, the ninth book on the list, is another Newbery winner. This one is by Neil Gaiman. It is The Graveyard Book. I love Neil Gaiman. I think you do too. He has written books such as Coraline. He has written just a lot of really fun, spooky tales, and this one does not disappoint. This one is about a kid named Nobody Owens, and he is perfectly normal, of course. Well, there is this one thing. He does live in a graveyard, and his guardian is not quite in the living world and not quite in the dead world. And he gets to go on a lot of adventures in this graveyard. But if he leaves the graveyard, he will be in danger from a man named Jack, who has already killed his entire family. And I forgot to say this, but nobody also goes by the name of Bob. So this is the Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman, and it is excellent.
And if you do choose to listen to it on audio, Neil Gaiman narrates it himself.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So yeah, that's one of the books that I've listened to and read, and both are excellent choices. So this last selection is called Space Case by Stuart Gibbs. And not only does the main character have to leave Earth to live on the moon, he soon encounters a mystery that he has to solve. Because it's pretty much as soon as he moves to the moon, one of the scientists turns up dead. So it is a futuristic murder mystery. And I enjoyed reading this quite a bit.
All right, so these are our 10 selections. Like I said, there are a variety of genres, so hopefully you all have found something that is interesting to you. If you want to get together with a group, please feel free. Again, it's up to 5 students. You can also work by yourself this year. Everything will be virtual. Our battle is going to take place on March 7th at 2 p.m. Our award ceremony is going to be the following Tuesday, which will be at 6 p.m., so March 9th. We are really looking forward to this year, even though it's a bit different than it has been in previous years, and we're so excited and hope that you are ready to participate. I'll speak for myself here. Hopefully Mei-Ling feels this way too, but it is one of our favorite days of the year, and I think even virtually it's going to be just as much fun. So we're really excited. We hope that you'll participate. And again, if you want to get a few more rules here, please visit cmpl.org/Bob, B-O-B. And you're going to find out how to register there, what the rules are, and pretty much a breakdown of everything that you need to know for the battle. All right, guys, thank you so much. We cannot wait to see you again on March 7th. And hopefully you are going to be the winner this year.
Bye, guys.
Bye.